A lot of times I get doctors that get on here that don't use computers much, and it takes like 10 minutes to jump on this. All right, you're in here. So you should see my screen, the demand force. My mouse is moving around. You see it? All right. All right, Morgan. So I wasn't on the initial call with you and Vivian, but what do you know about demand force so far?
I don't know anything about it.
We know nothing.
I just know that I guess somehow you're going to show me how to maybe reach out to clients a little more, perhaps.
Okay.
I don't know.
No, yeah, you're close. Yeah. So that's kind of what you know.
Getting a little warm.
Exactly. We're warming up here. Okay, so yeah, exactly. I mean, that's my job, right? To show you what exactly we do. But yeah, you know a little about communicating a little more effectively with clients, it seems like. But had you heard about Demand Force before Vivian reached out?
Yeah.
Okay. So just to give you a little history on us, I mean, Demand Force, we've been around over a decade, and we work with 30,000 customers nationwide. But in the vet world, we actually entered about 5 years ago. And vet world, what we're about to see now is going to be a complete vet-specific product. So it's based around practice managers and doctors. And in making this, it has a seamless integration with your VTech Advantage system. That's what you're still using, right?
Yeah, do you guys use other systems? Because the Advantage system has been kind of crappy lately. So I don't know if we want to move to a different one. I'm not sure yet.
Hey, good. Hey, I was reaching out because...
So do you work with other softwares?
We do, yeah. We work with pretty much every one of the main softwares out there.
Like Cornerstone and Admark?
Cornerstone, Admark, Impromed, DVMax, the whole bit. Yep.
Okay.
There's maybe like one or two we don't work with that no one really uses. So yeah, so you guys upgrade, we'll be good to go. But yeah, so it's a vet-specific product, works with those things. But really, we focus on doing two things with our vet practices. The first being we work to bring new business in the door, and how we do that is we make it simple and easy for our clients to leave reviews about you. And once they leave those reviews, because we're an Intuit company, we have partnerships with Microsoft to where we can automatically syndicate these reviews out to the web. So they're going to like Bing and CitySearch and Facebook and your website, and we even do a Demand Force review website for you. And I'll show you like examples of how all of those look. But I mean, Morgan, do you in day to day, have you ever used reviews and making a buying decision, maybe online on Amazon or a new restaurant in town?
Yeah.
You have? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you use them a lot?
Would like 10 or 9:30?
I don't think that I use it. I don't make my decisions not weighed heavily upon other people's opinions, but I do consider it. You know, like if I do consider it a lot. It's weird. I do consider it a lot, like with books I'm going to read, people's opinions on books and things. If I have something in mind, like I really want to take this, whatever. And people are like, oh, no, it's crap, get something else, and I really want it. I'm pretty hard-headed and I myself.
You're like, I'm buying it anyway.
I consider it, but my decision's not heavily weighed on, what everybody else thinks.
Absolutely. So it does come into play with some of that decision.
It doesn't. Okay. I mean, I don't think that, but I don't think I'm a very cautious and smart buyer. So it probably wouldn't be fair to ask me. I think I'm pretty good with that. Just to be honest.
Just to be honest. So you'll buy anything.
Almost, yeah.
So you ready to buy Demand Force? I'm kidding, Morgan.
I have to read some reviews on this.
Yeah. So, but yeah. I mean, do you feel like folks are looking at reviews when they're choosing what vet to go to? I mean, if they just move into Tallahassee and maybe they live in the vicinity, do you feel like they're going on the web and checking it out?
I think so. I think with us and where we're located in the north part of Tallahassee and kind of more of a family and or retired area. There are a lot of very big houses and well-to-do kind of stay-at-home moms and So I think that can be a huge factor. And I also think that with a lot of the retired people, they don't do that. Even when they're older, they don't look at the reviews, and they, can hardly finish their smartphone, let alone look at,
who's the fat girl in the back taking all this?
A lot of our stuff, because since one of the people that I know has been referred by word of mouth, and I think that in our industry, I think that's kind of the best way to get clients, is you've got some really good clients and you get, my friend wants to know what the best vet to go to, and they know I'm dog crazy, so they ask me, or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, you're spot on. I only work with vets, Morgan. I've been doing this for years, and so, excuse me, you're exactly right. That's how vets get the majority of their clientele, is going to be that referral, word of mouth.
Yeah.
What research shows is that folks, even if they get that word of mouth, a lot of times, because choosing a vet is such an important decision. I mean, it's not like buying a vacuum online or anything. This is where I'm going to take my Fluffy, who is my family member. And so folks will at least, just like you said, they'll look at reviews just to have that in consideration.
Right.
They'll at least check out what's going on online. And I'm not saying all of them are, because I know there are going to be elderly folks that don't look online, but this day and age, they actually Harvard just came out with a study that said that 80% of folks are looking online to make a buying decision now. So we know that's swinging, but so that's the first area that we work to bring new business in. But the second thing that we do is we really focus on communications. And with communications, we do it through two ways. First, we do it through email. Second, we do it through text. But third, and most importantly, we're the only company out there that every single thing we send out is 100% mobile friendly. So Morgan, I'm sure you have a smartphone.
I do.
You do? Okay. Are you an Androider or iPhoner?
Android. I was an iPhoner, but I have a Galaxy, and my tablet's a Galaxy. I had an iPhone, and it wasn't for me.
It wasn't for I'm an Androider too. I love it. I'm waiting for the 6. I'm waiting for the 6 to come out.
Which one?
The Galaxy 6 is going to come out, I think, next month.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm still stuck on the S4.
See, you're better than me. I'm S3, so I'm due for an upgrade.
God, does it still even work?
It's awesome. No, it still works perfectly.
Really?
It works perfectly.
I'm slowing down a little. It's got some brain farts.
Is it? Yeah. The thing with me that I want the 6 is the battery's supposed to last for like 48 hours.
Oh, how long does your battery last right now?
Usage. I don't know, like 4 hours. That's the worst part.
I just took my phone off the charger to come back to the office to talk to you. It doesn't last at all.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing I notice with older phones. The batteries just don't last anymore. But yeah, so with that smartphone, do you have your email? I mean, I assume you have your private email linked to that phone, or maybe even work email?
Yeah, I've got 3 emails.
3 emails? Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. So with those emails, I mean, I'm sure you've had the experience of, one of those emails that comes in and it's one of the non-mobile friendly ones, and you got to kind of, pinch and pull and zoom in, zoom out to try to read it.
Yeah.
What have you ever gotten one of those?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you do with those emails?
I delete them.
Yeah. That's what everyone does. You delete them, or you shove them in the inbox for another day, which we all know where those go. It's basically the same as being deleted with all the emails we get. So that's why we need to make sure that everything we send out is going to morph and it's going to shape to those phones and it's going to look sharp. And I'll show you how that looks as well. But out of those 2 areas, whether it be bringing in more business via helping out the reviews, or communicating more effectively with your current clients, email, text, mobile-friendly emails, where do you feel like you folks could get the most benefit from Demand Force?
I think email and mobile communication would be more effective. I think, because with our system right now, unless I don't have it set up right now, we can't email records or even rabies certificates, or somebody's like, hey, can you email this? This is my email to come to my phone, and then I can show wherever they're going to board, for full reporting. Can you email it to me? You can't. All we can do is fax stuff over, and that's not cool, because it just seems like you're not really up to date on technology. Or I get print it out and then scan it and save it as a file, and that just takes too long. We're pretty busy, and I think also texting. If we text somebody and say, hey, Daphne's ready, she's done with grooming, come pick her up, blah, blah, blah. That would be good if we could just text, and it doesn't have to be specifically from someone's personal phone. Because if it's from, like, for example, I have a couple of absolutely bonkers clients who now have my phone number and decide that, Fido farted funny and they need to call me and ask me about it. At 45 It's ridiculous.
I had one of my practice managers a couple of days ago told me the same thing. She was like, dude, like this kind of creepy guy texts me now all the time, and because I text him from my phone because that's how we want to be communicated with. She's like, how do we get a texting system? So we want a texting system so that we don't have people bugging you at 11:45 at night. What are we doing right now for communications with your current clients?
Well, it depends. For, like, reminders, we have somebody that works, that's just her job, is she sends out reminders, and she does that through email, and I'm not sure. I think she, pulls the charts and looks at all of them and then sends an email through our CenturyLink email, so it's completely separated. We can't send them through our system. I don't think that she does that. And then other communication is just whenever they come in. Or we do it through Facebook and Instagram, which I'm the one that runs. I do all the other client communication. Whether it's, the Facebook or posting some new articles. I write a lot of articles and then posting them online. Or I would say most of it to get out to our clients is probably Facebook.
Awesome. So you're using a lot of social media aspect. With the emails, you're having a employee come in and her whole job is to type out emails, one-off emails to each client, letting them know they're due for services.
Yes.
Okay.
And I know that's frustrating, and then she will be leaving in October, so now she has to teach somebody else to do it. And it takes her a long time. She comes in, I think, 4 or 5 nights a week after everybody's gone, and sends these reminders out, and it would be nice to just kind of have them go.
How many hours is she coming in for?
I think she's probably here about 2 or 3 hours.
2 or 3 hours?
Week, yeah.
Okay. And what are we paying her?
Probably no more than like $11.
$11. Okay. So we're talking about paying her about $30 a night. We're paying her about $1,500 a week, or excuse me, a month. Okay. And she will be gone in October, so we need to figure out what's going on or what we're going to start doing here, whether it be hiring a new person to get that $1,500 a month paycheck, or whether it be getting a system that's going to be automated. Okay. And aside from having to, of course, pay her and her doing all that time, how's our compliance with those emails? Are we getting a lot of response back?
Yeah, we have people that, I got this notice in the mail. I got this email. We either do, the way that we have it set up in our system is people will select whether they want an email or card. And so we'll either send them a postcard or we'll send them an email. And then they're pretty good. They're pretty good about calling and saying, I got this reminder. Sometimes we'll look at a client's chart and it says we've sent the second or third reminder. But that, I feel like we have more compliance than not. Just because we have people that don't do much with their time out here, except, cater to their pets or grandkids. Which is great. We love that. It's not a busy, we're not on the college side of town over by Florida State, and, we've got a lot of people dedicated to their fur family. And I think that that's perfect. And I think that they do. They call right away, or if they get an email, let's set up this appointment. They'll email us back. But the bad thing about emailing us back is because it's directed to the whole company email, there's so many fingers in on that. if I'm not here on Tuesday afternoons and all day Wednesday. So some of the girls up front are looking at these emails, and I don't know what they do with them. I don't know if they've responded to this person. I don't know if they've set up the appointment with this person. I'm not sure. So something easier would be nice.
Okay. And so that solution right there, is that something that we're committed to fixing right now?
Like right this minute?
I mean, not right this minute. I mean, but like if we had a solution, is that something we're like committed to fixing? Like, hey, let's get a better way. It's not going to be confusing for our staff. It's going to save us some money.
I mean, I think absolutely. I think there was something really good.
Okay. And tell me about with the reviews aspect. We talked a little bit about that, but is new clients something that we're looking for in practice right now?
Absolutely. We're only 6 years old, and so we're growing more now than ever. So absolutely, I think that we're getting a lot more clients. I think just from me not being here a day and a half, we've gotten just 6 new clients in a day and a half. So yeah, we're definitely looking for new clients. There are a lot of new subdivisions going in out here. It's growing out here, and we definitely want to grow as a business, especially since we just hired on a new doctor. Now in October, the girl that is leaving, the one that does the reminders, it is the partner's wife. So that's that's kind of her job and kind of her way to be in here and help out. But when she leaves, he'll leave too, so then we'll just be back down to 2 doctors.
I see. Okay.
And eventually we'll be up to 3 doctors again.
Okay, so the goal is to add another doctor, of course. Once one partner leaves, then we're back down to 2, add another doctor, and then just continuously growing with the area.
Yes.
Okay. What have you been doing in the last 6 years? I mean, how have you gotten this growth? You mentioned word of mouth and that's where a ton of your new clients are coming from, but what else are you doing?
We have some open houses. What do we do? I don't know.
Are we doing any kind of online advertising? Are we doing any yellow pages? Are we I don't know. Do we have a referral system in place? Anything like that?
No. I don't think that. I mean, we are in the phone book, and we did for a little while. Dr. Summit had something online where if you Googled vets in Tallahassee, we paid to be one of the top ones. One first few that come up.
Okay.
We did pay for somebody to filter out the rest of those. I forget what that was called, but we did that for a little while.
SEO or it's Google Ads. SEO would be search engine optimization.
Nope, that's not even.
That's typically where you pay money and they use specific kind of tools to make you run higher on a search. Or the Google Ads is whenever someone searches for you on Google for like a vet in your zip code or Tallahassee, then you're coming up first.
Well, I don't know that it was either one. Well, okay, so then after that, once they see Banner and Pet Care, then they call a number. It's not our number. It's like a 1-800 number or 1-whatever-100 number, and then it goes through us. I mean, it goes through them to us, and then that's how they collect the money that they've... I don't remember what it was called, but neither one of those sound familiar.
I see. But you've stopped that now.
Yeah, we quit that.
Okay, why'd you stop it?
It was too hectic because then I would have to go in and, they'd charge us, they'd invoice us for, we got 6 new clients for you when, 5 of them didn't book an appointment or they were no-shows or whatever, so we'd have to...
Yeah. You had to do a lot of tracking on your end to figure out what were they charging per new client?
I think it was $25.
$25. Okay.
Maybe 50.
50.
Maybe 25 or 50. I have the paper somewhere.
Nah, it's not a big deal. We're not doing it anymore. So why did we stop?
Just because it was just too much work on our part. They would send us, a couple clients just for us to be up top. But okay, so someone would look at Google, vets in Tallahassee, whatever, and then our number would come up, and then what it would do is it would have a recording. and then you would hear the person that took the phone call. You know, the person that took the number is calling our business, and you hear the person that took the phone call. I have questions about your services and your charge, and okay, I'd like to make the appointment. My name is John Smith, and I have, you know, Zeke, and we're going to come in on April 25th. And then you look at April 25th, is it booked? Okay. Well, they never booked it, and so what the other company did is they charged us for it. And so I'd have to go back through a whole month's worth of recordings to listen to see if they really booked it. And then we'd have to go and get credited on our credit card that they had on file. There's just too much work on our end to get for them to put our name up top.
Yeah, you have better things to do with your time.
We do. We really do. I do.
Yes. I know the life of a practice manager because I work with you guys all day, and man, you guys wear so many hats. Sometimes it's funny. I mean, I talked to one practice manager a couple weeks ago. She was laying tile. I came and got on the phone. I was like, hey. She's like, sorry, I was just laying tile. I'm like, what? I'm like, you guys really do wear every hat you can wear in a practice. And she's like, we don't lie when we say that. And I was like, that's hilarious. That's funny. Cool. Okay. So word of mouth right now is just the main thing we're focusing on to grow new clients. How many new clients have we seen a month?
Goodness.
Do you track that number?
Hold on, I've got someone asking me another question. If possible. Yeah, the only thing she wants to know, she's supposed to be giving these injections to her dog at home. Her husband's not able to do it. He's too scared. And so she wants to be here in a room and have us supervise her while she's doing it. She wants to today, because she told me on the phone this morning she wanted us to supervise giving it. If she can't, then she'll just come up each week and then we'll give it for her. She can come up if you guys are available to supervise her, to show her how to do it, or give the instructions. So it should be like a 5-minute. Yeah. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Okay, so new clients. Let's see, clients. New client sources. Let's see. I can do this.
We can do this.
See if this will tell me what I really want to know. That tells me nothing.
It's fine if you don't know. Not a big deal.
Well, let's say, okay. I don't know. If we're getting about 10 a week, let's say maybe about 40.
40. Okay, 40 a month. And what do you want that number to be? What's that? What's going to be the adequate number for having 3 docs?
Goodness. Well, 3 with 1 kind of phasing out. I don't know. That would be. It would be really good to have Dr. Bates here for that, or the other doctor to know how much. I mean, I know that we just. Probably nothing too crazy, like 500 a month, but I mean, it would be great to have every time spot.
Yeah, every time spot
nearly filled, because some of these clients we only see once a year or twice a year. So I mean, it'd be great to have. It would be great to have that number increase, but it has begun to increase a lot. I don't even know how to. I don't know.
Are you guys tracking where every new client is coming from?
You mean like as far as like the internet or by driving by or?
Yes.
I know that when I first started here, they weren't very detail oriented. I think that they were scrambling to try to, get everything functioning and in order. And now whenever the girls take in a new client, they put everything aside, and I go through and check every single new client's paperwork, and I check. And I mean, now that I'm doing it, yes, we do. whether it's drive-by or internet sourced or by referral or whatever. I do that now, personally.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
they list it.
And out of 40 new clients a month, where are the majority of those folks coming from? Word of mouth, like you said.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you say like 35 of them? 30?
I would say probably 25 to 30 are probably client referrals. Some of them are convenience and location. And then I would say 2 out of 40 are internet.
Okay. All right.
Another big source that's helping us is Be the Solution, or ASF, the shelter. Whenever they adopt people out, they give the new pet parents vouchers to get their dogs spayed or neutered, and
Great idea. Love that idea. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. So 25 to 30 for referral, some from location, some from the local shelter, and then about 2 from internet a month.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, I have some kind of highlights to go over with you. I have a clear kind of map of where I think we could do some benefit. Let me show you demand force. Before we dive into this, when we're done, if you feel like this is something that's really going to benefit the practice, is this something that you can pull a trigger on, or do we need to bring one of the doctors in to make, to pull the trigger and make a decision on this?
I would need to get a doctor to talk about it.
Okay, yeah, that's how it usually is, and Morgan just saying, this is software, and it's really not something that we can just put on paper. And at the end of this, if you really think it's a good fit and you give your thumbs up, is that fair that we find a time to carve out a spot for the doctor, maybe sometime next week, to where I can show them a very brief, condensed version so that they can see and they can actually have a chance to ask their questions, which I know you're not going to know the answers to.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's not fair? Okay, perfect. And would it be one doctor or 2 doctors that would need to see this?
What? One.
Just one, okay. All right, and you have power over their schedule?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could carve 10 minutes out.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there. Yeah, okay. No big deal. All right, well, let's jump into this. So, demand force, because it was really focused around, as I said, practice managers and doctors, mainly practice managers, because I know you guys are going to be the ones that's using it. Doctors don't really play around with this. But because it was made based around you folks, 95% of what we do is going to be automated. Now, I'm going to show you all the automated pieces, but first I'm going to show you what your role with demand force would be. So, everything that you would do with demand force is all going to be in this central area. So, this is just going to be incoming appointments. These are just folks that want to bring you their business. Now, we're going to have a lot of different areas where clients will be able to request an appointment, but our idea is let's make it easy for you, and let's not have a email get super cluttered with a lot of emails that we don't know who's responding to, and also let's make it so you can schedule an appointment just from this right here without having to do a back and forth game with a client. So, an example is Lewis. Can you see the screen okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Lewis requests an appointment from an email we sent out. Now, he's going to give you all the information you need to schedule an appointment in your VTech system. That's email, that's phone number, that's what pet he's bringing in, what doctor he wants to see, what service they're coming in for. But what's important is Lewis is going to request 3 days and 3 times to bring in his business.
Okay.
Your whole job is to look in VTech, see which of those 3 times work, schedule him in VTech, and come back over here and click this one confirm button. At that point, we'll automatically send Lewis an email letting him know he's locked down for that time, and we'll queue him up for reminders after that. Any questions about that?
So we don't have to call and confirm?
We will do that for you as well. Yeah, we're going to dive into that in a sec. What do you think about that?
Well, that takes out another part of the day to call and confirm. But, okay, so what if it's a surgical procedure and the patients have questions about that with a confirmation call? Yes,
great question. So we're gonna dive into the confirmations right now. So keep that question on the back burner. But this right here, is that manageable for you and the staff, your CSRs to do?
Yeah.
To type them into VTech.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So let me show you the confirmations. If we have a surgical appointment, I know a lot of times we need specific information to go to them. No food, no water after 10. Need to be dropped off at 7 to 9 a.m., right? Of course, that pertinent information. In the email that's going to be automatically sent to your clients, we can customize this for however you want. So if you want to put that specific information for surgeries, that will be in here. Also, some of my hospitals, for surgical appointments, since we don't have, a ton a day, most of the appointments are regular appointments, some of my hospitals choose to still call for surgery appointments.
Yeah.
They like to make that phone call, and they like to let the client know that, hey, these are specific instructions so that you know, and I know, and we'll see you when you come in.
I like this.
Yep. This will also give that secondary information, but the idea is not to give them that pertinent information about the surgery, is to just remind them of their appointment so that we don't have a no-show.
Oh,
So
I really like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Email comes in.
I do. I like the drop off, please note. Okay. I like that.
Okay. And again, everything in here is customizable. So we would write it for however you want it for your hospital and what information. But time, day, a one-click button to confirm. All a client does is click this button, and it's now confirmed in your demand force system, and you know that's a call you no longer have to make. You mentioned text messaging, how text messaging is big. Some people I know there's a couple people out there that do ignore their emails. I've never met anyone that ignores a text message. They at least read it, right? It comes in and you read it. You might not respond, but you read it. Text messaging are going to start going out, and this is again all automated.
Look at this Apple phone that you have here showing me Apple nonsense.
I know. Ew. What are we doing?
I don't know.
I need to change this to Android. Team Android. But yeah, it comes in, and the time, the day, all they do reply with is C. So they click C, they click send, and boom, it's now confirmed in your demand force system. That's it. It takes them 1 second to do. Let's say you did mention that you do have some elderly folks that maybe don't have a textable phone or have an email. We're going to make a call to them. So we actually have a voice system that an automated call comes in. It's not a robot, it's a woman's voice, but it says, hey, Morgan, your appointment is this time, is this day. Press 1 to confirm. They press 1, it is now confirmed in the system. My favorite part about the call, is it says if you'd like to reschedule, press 2. And if a client presses 2, instead of giving them time to procrastinate or say, hey, I'll call later, we just patch them through to your hospital. So front desk rings, and boom, we're rescheduling an appointment, and we don't have a doctor sitting there wasting money because they expected Lewis to come in.
Okay.
Your staff will now be able to see the entire daily schedule right here, pulled up in Demand Force. We can typically confirm around 80% of your appointments. So how many calls are you typically making a day right now? I like that. I like that answer. That's a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And again, we can probably be doing some better stuff with our time. And how many no-shows have we seen a week?
Ooh. Probably. I'm gonna say maybe 5 or under. Not many.
That's average. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's not bad. And then if they forget, whatever, because they need to get their nails done. I don't know. But if they forget, we just give them a shout. Hey, it's Morgan. It's 9:30. Sorry we missed Tucker today. Can I reschedule that for you?
Mm-hmm. And is the majority of the clients that do no-show, are they those that I totally spaced it? I'll reschedule for a couple of days.
A lot of them are, but no, some are chronic no-shows.
Some are just out of there.
And
so
we're also working on a way to figure that out. How many no-shows do you get 3 strikes and then you need to start charging them? There's one clinic I worked for before I went away to college, and they fired him after 3 no-shows just because of all the money they lost. I think that's a bit too harsh. I don't know, because we're family-oriented here.
Yeah, it's people get I think. Especially a client, they don't understand what a no-show does. But once we're in the hospital and we get that, if Steven right here no-shows his appointment, maybe he has 2 dogs back to back he's bringing in. That's an hour's worth of a doctor's time that he's now sitting there with nothing to do when we could have put a paying client in that spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, what's your average ticket price? Is it 130, 120, 140?
Like, for annuals, $179.
Okay. So just to kind of give you a number, which is a little mind blowing. If we do 179, let's just assume they're coming for an annual, and we times that by 5. Okay, that's $895 a week. We times that by 52, and this is why. That's why people fire clients for that. Because you guys right now are losing out on $46,000 out the back door on no-shows alone. And I know those clients will reschedule, and that's not the problem. The problem is that the doctor could be seeing a paying client.
Right.
That's $46,000.
The people, you know, the confirmation calls, I know one thing that will be a concern is having that client communication, talking to somebody. The automated call might be... I just don't want to be pulled away because I know that I hate automated calls. I just want to talk to a human, and I want to talk to somebody I know. I know that people call here, hey, is Morgan available? I want to talk to her. You know, they have those people that they're comfortable with that they can say anything to. And if these confirmation calls are... I like the confirmation emails. I really do. The confirmation calls, I don't know, how do we separate that if we need to physically call them? Because I think that the client communication is important for us to physically talk to them, especially like the older folks.
Yes. So this system is not something that we need to turn everything on. If you guys don't want the confirmation calls, we don't turn the confirmation calls off. Or we don't turn the confirmation calls on. And then, you know, those 2 or 3 elderly clients that don't have a textable number or an email, those are the ones we'll pick up the phone for and we'll call. And we'll know because they'll be on the daily schedule. The ones that don't have that kind of communication are in here. They're called offline. And so that's where, hey, you tell your CSRs, you know what, those elderly folks, listen, we're picking up the phone and we're calling those. Because now we're eliminating 30 calls a day. And we only have to make 7 calls a day to folks that don't have that information.
You guys call them, or I call them, or we call them?
You would call them at the front of house. Yeah, yeah. But now instead of having to call everybody, we're going to typically, as I was saying, confirm 80% of your appointments via email and text only.
I also liked on one of those confirmations, go back to the confirmation, I think it was an email. Go back to that left little corner up there.
Whoops. It's thinking.
Yeah, is it that slow on your end, or is it just my end?
It's my end.
Yeah, okay, so I like this. It says the time you see here is due the way we blocked him out for Mickey at the practice. You aren't sure he's going to be here, or whatever. I like that this time is specifically for him. So if he's not going to be here, let us know. You know, I like that. I like we could word it a bit different, but I like. Here. I don't know. Do you need me? He needs his nails trimmed too. Everywhere. Do you know how much longer we're gonna be?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
You gotta go? We can finish this up later.
Soon.
Okay.
But she said if you're busy, we can, deal with it another time. There's a client that's specifically asking for me. But it's okay.
You are so popular, Morgan.
I am. I mean, kind of a big deal.
Kind of a big deal.
I love it.
Let's do this. So yeah, I mean, as you can see, we of course digressed and got really in depth in the business, which is where I like to do because I want to really see if this is a good fit for you. Let's carve out some time. I mean, how's your schedule look tomorrow? Oh, you want to keep going?
We can keep going. We see this client every week. It'll be okay.
Okay.
The last thing that this dog needs is a nail trim. I mean, he needs so many other things.
You're like, we trim the nails every week, all right, people? We don't need to do it. Keep doing it. Yeah, just let me know if we need to cut off, and then we can always set it up for tomorrow, and then, just finish it up tomorrow. Not a big deal.
Okay.
But, yeah, that's our confirmation system. So, with this system, with our clients, we're typically able to reduce no-shows by anywhere between 20 and 40%. So, this $46,000 number, if I can, on the lowest end, bring that back by 10%, that'll more than pay for demand force for the entire year on this part alone.
Okay. How much
and
is
we do
the
20 to
mail
40%. It's going to depend. It's not really tight cookie cutter. We're going to jump into the price in just a sec, unless you want to see it right now, or do you want to see the rest of the product? Okay. It's not crazy. It's less than that, less than 10% of that.
Okay.
So, let's go to vet reminders. You are paying the doctor's wife, the partner's wife, of course, for 5 days a week to do this right here. Now, you were sending those from a hospital email, I assume you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, which can be quite a cluster. Speaking of, yesterday she sent out an email reminder. It was supposed to go to one client, and she pressed send to all, and so every person in our system got
No way.
reminders. And, well, no, that's not true. He just came in on Monday. You saw him on Monday. Oh, no, sir. It's not you.
So that makes the business look,
Like
Yep.
Canadian?
Yep. So that's why we like to eliminate that human error, and this is all based off your VTech system. So when a client is due, they'll get their reminder 2 weeks before they're due, no questions asked. And there's really 2 reasons, or actually 3 reasons why these are going to work. So first, because we're an Intuit company, we're what's called whitelisted. So what that means is every email we send is never going to go to a spam folder, to where if you're sending them from a personal email or hospital email, I mean, you know how Gmail works, and we know how these emails work these days. Do you think there may be a few that are getting filtered into spam?
Sure.
Yep. So that's never going to happen for these. Second is we are 100% mobile friendly, which what you're sending out is not. And research shows over 70% of people are looking at their emails on their phones, just like you are with your 3 emails, and just like I am with my 2 emails on my phone. But these need to make sure they morph and they shape and they look really sharp. So that's every email we send out is going to do that. But the real reason why these emails work, and these emails help to raise compliance in every hospital we work with, is this button right here. The idea when I send someone an email telling them that they're due for services is not for them to maybe pick up the phone, or not for them to put this in an inbox for later. It's to get them to take action right now. So when a client clicks request appointment, because I know who I'm sending this to through VTech, Morgan, if this was going to you, all your information is already pre-populated.
Okay.
The only thing you need to do as a client is pick 3 days and 3 times and click submit.
Okay.
So if I'm on an elevator on floor 5, by the time I hit floor 1, boom, my appointment is already set up.
Okay. Cool.
You as a consumer, what system would you rather use? You with me, Morgan? As far as actually getting an email from a personal email like we're doing right now, or getting an email like this, it's going to be mobile friendly, that's going to have all our information already filled out.
With this, because I think my dentist and my hairdresser does this, with this, do you have to download anything in order to see it?
No.
Okay. I'm trying to think. I know that when I get the email from my dentist, I see that I've gotten it, but I don't look at it. I'm not good with looking at emails unless I have time or I'm about to go to sleep. So the text might be good for me because, like you said, I don't ignore a text. The text would be good for me, yeah. But I'm on the go, so the people at home might like the email.
And you said that's kind of your demographic, and your clients are already responding to the emails they're getting, right?
Most of them, yeah. Most of them respond to the no. They respond to the emails by calling.
Okay.
Some of them do and say, "Hey, can we set this appointment up for this time?" And then we have to say, "Well, the doctor won't be in, or we have something booked. How about this time?" And it's just a back and forth thing.
Yeah.
So this would be good. Me personally, I don't look at that email right away. I say, "Oh, okay, I see this. Do I need to confirm it?" Yeah, but I don't right away. I see that it's been sent, but I don't get to my emails until later. I really don't.
Okay. But you see your clients using a system like this.
I do. I really do. Like request appointment. I really also like that you've got this Google Plus and the Facebook up here. We don't Twitter because I don't know how to Twitter.
I'm not Twitter either.
I have Twitter, but I don't even know what's going on with that.
Yeah, I've never set it up.
So I like that up there. I like that, if they want to go to it. I like that. I mean, I like this. I like this.
And all these buttons are actionable up here too. So even if they pull up that email on their phone, they click this button and it's calling them. If they hit the email, it pulls up the client's default email to send them an email. Website, of course, you know how it is, and all these buttons are actionable too. So, all right, so we're giving thumbs up. So,
now let me ask you this. Down here it says reminders 3/23, 4/23, 5/23. So 2 weeks before May 23rd, they'll get this reminder again.
So what this is for an example like this, we would be sending this 2 weeks before this 5/23, but we're also going to include things that they're overdue for. Okay. So we typically will go 2 months forward and 2 months back. So this may have gone out for April, and we're saying, hey, you're actually due for heartworm in a month, but you're overdue for bordetella, so might as well get all of them done at the same time.
Okay. Now,
instead of sending a reminder out for booster and then the next month sending out one for heartworm, right, and having them come in every other month.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Now, what are we doing if we haven't seen a client in a year and a half, 2 years, or 3 years?
After 3, we make them inactive.
Okay.
And then we just put them on the shelf. I think
How
that we
about that sweet
entertain
spot?
reaching out to them again, but then I think that we all just kind of decided they haven't been here for a reason. It's rude. Let's not bother them. Maybe they moved. Maybe they decided to go somewhere else. Somebody looked at them cross-eyed. Maybe they needed to just. Maybe their dog died and they haven't, found the guts to call us and let us know because they're really sad. We thought that invading their lives because they haven't come to give us their business was just it was rude. So we haven't called them after 2 or 3 years that they haven't been here. And if they come back, then great. It's great to see them. But
and calling is a little invasive, right?
Yeah.
Picking up the phone and asking them, hey, why
Where
haven't
have
you
you
come
been?
in? That's a little much, and that's why we like to do that through email because it's not invasive. Yeah, it's not invasive, and they can delete this, or what's best is they can unsubscribe in every email or text message we send out. So if they don't want to talk to us and maybe their pet did pass away, all they do is click an unsubscribe button and they never get any information from us again. But that's information that we should probably know at the hospital. Like, hey, now we know that your pet is deceased or that you're inactive. But we're going to start doing this for you. And where we find that this works is the habitual indoor cat owners. And you probably know better than most. Have you ever had an indoor cat owner that you see them when they're a kitty and you don't see them for another 5 years until the cat can't walk?
Yeah.
And they're bringing them in. You're like, where the heck has this cat been?
Yeah.
And then they're still alive. This works wonders with these indoor cat owners because a lot of times they just feel like, hey, maybe I shouldn't bring my cat in, but we need to let those folks know that, hey, not only are we your vet, but you do need to bring your pet in. So we can send out these non-invasive emails, and maybe if I haven't seen someone in 2 years, why not dang a little carrot in front of them? Because if I give 20% off an annual exam, how much is an annual over there? $46. So we're talking about giving them $750 off, or what is that? $850. We're talking about giving them $8 off of their annual exam, but we're now recapturing a client we haven't seen in 2 years.
Yeah.
And we're getting them registered on their, of course, now their yearly shots and their yearly exams and everything like that. Now, the reason I know that this works is because we do track the numbers. So Demand Force, we're all about tracking, and we're going to show you in real time, real life numbers and real life figures. So this lost client is a great example because I actually show you how many I send out, how many people click that request appointment button and bring in their business, and how much revenue it brings in.
Oh, heck yeah.
Heck yeah, and guess what? You didn't have to do any of that. We tabulated it all for you.
Well, that's nice. That's nice.
Right? I know you're busy, Morgan. Everyone wants you to trim the dog's nails.
Oh God. I really hate that. I don't know if you've heard that. That like people will be like, God, my cat, he hasn't eaten in 16 days and he can't poop, and And I don't even know what's going on. And while I was here, can you trim his nails? I was like, what? What? He has maggots. You want his nails trimmed. You got it. I hate that. Oh, and by the way, I know he's dead.
By the way.
Can you trim his nails? No.
People are funny. People are a funny bunch. But yeah, this lost clients, you'll get some funny bunches in there. You can get your text to trim their nails, but what's so cool about really tracking these numbers is, I mean, one of my vets out in Georgia, a little up north, is his name's Dr. Whittle. He's an awesome guy, but he coined this his free money pot, and where he got that is because he was in the same boat as you. And in the same boat as every vet. I mean, if it goes past a year and a half, we're not going to send them postcards, and we're not going to keep trying to call them and be invasive. But just by sending out a simple email, that's all free money to him right there. I mean, would something like this work in your practice right now? That lost client email?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, tell me what happens then. You get the emails based on the emails that we put into our system, right?
Correct.
Okay. So what Marge does is, that's the wrong number, that's the wrong email, she'll call them personally and say, hey, we, kicked back an email, we're trying to send you reminders. What is there a better way to reach you? What if an email kicks back? What do you do?
Yes. So you could have staff look and check, but we will tell you what emails have been kicked back. You'll be able to pull up an entire list of emails that are invalid, and if you wanted to have Marge go through the system and call, absolutely. But yeah, we'll show you that data from the first email we send out, and for every email after that.
Okay. Now let's be real. Let's say we have a problem, and I think that we have a pretty good relationship now. I want you to be honest with me. How easy is it for me to call support and get a human on the phone?
That's the best part. We over at Demand Force pride ourselves on support in everything that we do. And really, and I think in the vet world, you just have to kind of look at it. The vet world is such a tight-knit community that we found. You guys know probably vets all across the nation, and we go to conventions and everything. And because of that relationship, that's where over at Demand Force, we really pride ourselves on our support. So not only would you have me as your rep, but maybe I'm in vacation. You can't get a hold of me. So you have my cell phone, you have my email, you have my regular line. If you can't get a hold of me, I have a team of 60 people beneath me. You're not calling another country, to answer the phone within 1 minute to 2 minutes. If maybe you can't pick up the phone and you want to do a live chat, you can do a live chat. Maybe you can't live chat and you want to send an email, you can send an email. So you have me as your best friend, you have customer support as your second best friend, then you have email, and then you have chat. I know this is software and you're going to have questions, and those questions need to be answered, and we're here to kind of hold your hand through it.
Oh, good. I like hand holding. Okay, tell me about...
We'll be besties soon. All my practice managers are my besties.
Look at you, multiple besties. I don't know.
Multiple besties.
I kind of get jealous sometimes. I don't know.
You're getting jealous? All right.
Might be.
All right. Well, I share the love, but the love is equal.
Okay.
All right. So let me show you our one of our last features is our reviews.
Yeah,
right?
that's what
we talked about how do we get reviews, and we know that. So right now, all your clients are coming in through word of mouth, coming in through the location. This is what I try to look at it as an outside perspective. What would someone type in if they're not happy with their vet, or they're just moving to town? You hit it. You said it earlier. Convenience is, I think, number one. I'm not going to drive 30 miles to a vet. Sorry, I'm not going to do it. I want somewhere close to me, and I want someone that's really good. This is what I pull up when I look at Google for what I feel like most people would look. They're not going to type vet in Tallahassee because it's so big. You got the north side, you got the south side, you got all this. I feel like, this is the most kind of broad, or the smallest search we do, but this is what we're pulling up right here. If you were to look at this list and you knew nothing else, who would you click on first?
Well, I see I have to see all of them first. I always see all of them twice. I guess I would look at maybe the stars. Look at the stars, star rating, and
so we look at the stars. We have 5, we have 41, and we have 5. Who are we clicking on first? Probably gonna click there. So when I click here, I want to read. I want to see who I'm going to take my fluffy to. I want to read real stories, not fake things. And I know right here, just from looking at this for 2 seconds, I see Dr. Steve. I just saw him. I see Dr. Steve. I see wonderful staff. I've been going there for 15 years. Here's real names. Joe.
You know what's funny about this place, though, Bradfordville, is that both of my doctors and the staff left there and came and opened this practice.
No way.
Because the doctors there, Steve and Fred, are both brothers, and they were terrible to Dr. King. Her dad died, and she wouldn't give her the time off to put her dad's funeral. And so she was
really?
like, okay, well, yeah. Yeah, and so that's our rival. Serious rivalry.
Serious rivalry. So
serious. Yeah, they hate us. They hate us.
Do they? So right now they are getting all the business from online. This is why you're only getting 2 clients online right now, because they have 41 and we have 5. And the good thing is yours are all positive, but they're very dated, and there's just not a lot, and there's not a ton of stories on here. I mean, Dr. Fave is wonderful. Here's nothing, 4 stars. So take a wild guess why Bradfordville has 41 reviews. How did they get all those reviews? How did they get all those reviews?
Probably because they have a software that puts them out on the internet. Maybe.
Probably because they work with Demand Force.
Do they really?
They really do. I hate to say it, but I work with the enemy. Can we still be besties?
No.
What? Mm-mm. What? We're still good. So what we want is we want to give you the same exact tools that they're using.
I want better tools.
We want better. Well, you're going to have me. I don't personally work with Bradfordville. One of my other guys does.
Okay.
But that is how they've gotten all these reviews, because of Demand Force, and that's why they're getting every single one of the new online clients right now. So let me show you how exactly we do this, and we'll show you how you'll be able to do the exact same thing. Because I know your clients would do this because their clients are doing it already. And if you guys are much nicer people and doing much better work, then I'll bet you guys are going to do way better. I have ways to be kind of strategic with that. But check this out. This is how it's all going to be set up. I mean, you personally, Morgan, have you written a review in the last 6 months?
On a business? I don't think so. Maybe. Maybe on a business, but definitely. Oh, God, I'm such a nerd. I've written book reviews.
You like books, huh?
Yeah. I read a lot. I don't know if I have on a business. I think maybe. Maybe I have. I went to Jacksonville for a music festival, and I think I had a pretty crappy experience in the hotel. So I think I did write a review then.
Okay. What music festival did you go to?
I went to Big Ticket.
Who was playing? I don't know.
Are you from around here?
I'm not. I'm across the country in San Francisco.
Oh. This year, Big Ticket. Let's see. There was Fall Out Boy. There was
Nice.
Weezer.
Nice.
Isabel.
They have that kind of music over here. That's popular.
Yeah, did you go to, you're in California?
I'm in California, yeah.
So did you go to, what's it called?
Coachella was just out here. I don't know. My buddy had a ticket for me, and I needed to work, so I couldn't take the time off. Yeah. So that was a bummer. I'll be going to. They do a really big festival out here called Outside Lands. It's in San Francisco. You probably heard of it. Yeah, I'll be going to that. Like Black Keys are playing, Elton John, Mumford and Sons.
Elton John. 1 week before I went to Ireland, so it was March. It was in March. He was back in Jacksonville. Exactly. And he was incredible.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm stoked. So there's like a bunch of other people going, like Ben Harper, Iration, a bunch of cool people. So I'm super stoked. That's
when is that?
I can't remember when it's August, September. Okay. Nope, August. I'm lying to you. It's August. It's the first week of August.
My birthday's in August. I might have to go to that.
And you get to come in San Francisco. And if you come down here, then I can take you to lunch or take you for a beer. Your choice. All right. See, we are besties. We are besties. There we go. All right. But so the review you wrote was a negative one. Do you feel like that's usually the reason to write reviews? Is when they're negative?
I do. I feel like when I take the time out to do it, a lot of times it is, this is unbelievably bad, don't come here. I think me referring them by word of mouth, like, hey, my favorite place to get a manicure is this place, you should go. That is my referral. That's me promoting them. That's what I do. I don't know. I know that there are people that have been writing a lot of great reviews on our Facebook page, and it's been amazing. They've been very moving. But for me, I think that when I write reviews, it's negative, and that really makes me sound like an asshat, and maybe I should change that.
You're the same as every single person, and that's why. You guys have been open for 6 years. You have 5 reviews. You're averaging less than 1 review a year. But that's right. But that's the reason why, is because it's if I leave and I'm happy, I'm coming back and I'm telling my friends about you. But am I going to take the time to go home, flip the computer on, log on to Google, find your Google Plus page, make a user, make a password, write a review?
No, I think that if I have a good experience, then also if I do write a review, I'm like, hey, I just had a great checkup at the dentist. You guys definitely need to go here. Like I did that for this. I just went to a new dentist this year, and I definitely did that.
Were you prompted to do that, or did you actually actively go and search for the dentist's website?
No, I actually did it myself.
Oh, you did? Okay, awesome. Yeah. So I know that there'll be one-off situations like that where you have a really positive experience, but it's usually the extremes. I really, really love you, or I really, really don't like you. And you guys haven't fallen in that boat yet of people that are going on and blasting, which is perfect. Which means I don't have to play catch up with you guys. But what we need to do is we need to make it simple and easy for your clients to leave reviews. Because in the vet world, your clients are going to write you so many reviews. It's pretty overwhelming, but you got to lay it on a platter. And you got to make it so easy. And this is how it's done. Once they check out your VTech system, a simple thank you email is sent. It's just thanking them for bringing their business. Whether they've been with us since day 1, 6 years ago, or whether they just walked in the door. Hey, let's thank them. Of course, mobile friendly, but it asks for feedback. All the client does is click provide feedback. No usernames, no passwords, no redirected. They click 5 stars. All right, Bannerman is the greatest. Way better than Bradford. Right?
Good job. Yeah.
Good job. And they click publish. And that review is now automatically syndicated on the web. Right. It's going to your website. It's going to Facebook. It's going to City Search. It's going to Demand Force review website we make for you right now.
Wow. Okay.
Next, we prompt them to a survey. I'm going to dive through this pretty quickly because we have been going a little while and I know you're busy. Survey is all inward facing. This is just for you and the staff to see, but really to get that real feedback, because value comes when you get 2s and 3s, because you can use them as coaching tools as a manager to figure out maybe on your day off, let's figure out what's going on your day off. Now, the 2 most important questions on here, number 9 and number 10. Number 9, would you return to our business in the future? If this gets clicked no, you get an email directly, Morgan. And with that email, you can pick up the phone and make a call and make things right and make sure they're not going to go somewhere else. But that's your insurance policy.
Yes.
And this right here is the second most important question. Would you refer a friend to our business? People are referring their friends like crazy to you. And I know that referrals is, it's the way vets grow, and it's not going anywhere. But what I do know in making this vet-specific product is a lot of the doctors, the challenge is they knew people would refer them, but we never knew when it was going to happen. And sometimes it took 2 weeks, and sometimes it took 2 years for that conversation to happen to where, maybe someone runs into a church and says, hey, what vet do you go to? So we came up with the idea, hey, if they say they're going to refer someone, let's give them the option to refer someone right this second. And we do it 2 ways. The most popular website in the world, Facebook. You're doing a ton of Facebook, you said.
Yeah.
What's fun about this is when a client clicks Facebook, it doesn't pull up your Facebook at the hospital. It pulls up the client's default Facebook.
So I tell you what I'm going to do, this will do for you. If you can do it.
I can now write, they save Fluffy's life. Here's your business, your logo, all your information. I post that goes to my wall, who hits my 400 friends who probably live in Tallahassee.
Is that your
and
face?
probably have pets. That's me.
Yeah.
That's me. Yep. If I hit email, we can hit email, and we'll pull up whatever default email you have on your phone or on your computer. So I'm a Gmailer. Here's the Android. And we'll actually work with your address book. So my buddy Tyler has a puppy. My buddy Kyle, hey, he's got a kitten. And here is a very sharp, pre-written referral email that I can even customize a message. I mean, one of my docs out in Tallahassee, he had a client send this to 8 people. And she put in here, Dr. Quarterman is the best vet ever. You have to come see him.
Really?
It was so cool. It was so cool. Quarterman, yeah.
Okay.
Do we know a Quarterman?
I do.
You know Dr. Quarterman?
Yeah, I know Dr. Quarterman.
He's such a good guy.
Oh, good.
Yes. Yep. So yeah, you can ask him. 8 clients. She put Dr. Quarterman is the best vet ever. You have to come see him, and you have to spread this message along. And we included the request appointment button. So if the client gets this, all they have to do is click that and bring in their business. And it again goes to one centralized area for the staff to check. That middle area right there. Now, our final piece of demand force is let's help out the website a little bit. Right now, if I jump into your website and I want to request an appointment, maybe you guys are closed. There's no way for me to request an appointment right now from this site. Is that correct? Unless I want to email you?
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay. So
That's another thing. We have a lady that works on this. And she's done a lot of updates to it. And then she gets free boarding for all of her animals. That's her at the top kissing her dog, and she can't really even see.
she put herself in it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's funny. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're like, what is that?
What is that? That's her kissing her dog, of course. Since you know, how do you know Dr. Quarterman?
I mean, Tallahassee's big, but not that big, and I also, my degree is in equine exercise phys and equine medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And so just by going around through vets and doing my externships, I know a lot of the vets here.
Nice. We're going to include a couple buttons on your webpage for you. We can put them wherever you want. I'll do it for you. But one is a request appointment, because if someone's looking at your website and it's 9 o'clock at night and they're in their PJs at home comfortable, I want to give them the ability to bring in their business. They click this, there's no username, no login, new client, current client, put the information that your staff needs and bring in your business. Second, let's read all your reviews. I want to have a live feed of all of the things that people are saying about you all the time, so that I can have 39 reasons. He's never gotten a bad review yet. I have 5 pages to go through here to see what people think about Dr. Quarterman. Stories and novels, and that's why people walk in the door. We are also going to include those 2 buttons on your Facebook, because I know you're doing a lot of work on your Facebook, but there's no way to monetize Facebook. We are the first system to actually monetize that with a request appointment, because if they're liking all the posts you're doing, all that work you're putting into Facebook,
I like that too.
let them bring in their business from Facebook. So boom, right here, and also reviews. Let's get a live feed of all your reviews for all of your clients. Right here. So, all right.
Deborah Judd's online.
Deborah Judd, is that what it said? That's one of my other besties out in Waco, Texas. She's a practice manager over there. All right, so that's Demand Force for you, Morgan.
Great.
Where should we go from here?
Let's take it slow. I think slow is good. I don't know. Let me look at
All right. Thank you so much.
appointments for next week. It's gone on. Oh, Friday.
Fridays are never good.
Summit. Not Monday. Not Tuesday. I'm off Wednesday. I need Dr. Saves here. So,
and
you might
so
have
with
to give me a shout.
with her demonstration, the good thing is me and you have already hashed out all the details. So with the demonstration that I have with doctors, it typically takes around 15 minutes. It's a real abbreviated version. I show her the highlights that me and you liked, that we thought would be good for the hospital, and that's it.
Okay.
So we're talking about carving out 15 minutes for her. So my Friday's wide open, and my Monday's pretty wide open.
Okay.
My Wednesday is pretty bad.
I'm not here on Wednesday. I'm not coming.
Okay,
in.
good,
Sorry.
good.
Maybe Monday afternoon. Maybe. But when she gets in here tomorrow, I'm going to have to see. She also has 4 children that sometimes she has to go and get. So maybe Monday, and she won't be here Friday. Is there any way that you can give me a shout and ask me? Hey, what's Monday looking like? Can you call me tomorrow and ask me, and then I can tell you Monday might be looking good.
Absolutely. Shoot me a time on Monday, and I'm just going to lock it in so I don't put someone else in what we're thinking, and then I'll call you to confirm tomorrow.
Let's say let's say probably later in the day again, like 4:30.
Perfect.
Oh my god.
Are we cracking jokes over there?
Yeah, Marge, what did you spill in your coffee? Yeah, hot dog. Yeah, I got a cold coffee too.
Nice collection, huh?
Oh. She's wearing a white tank top, and she got coffee dripped down her shirt, and so she went in the bathroom and washed it off. So it's kind of like a wet t-shirt contest. She's like, nobody will notice, right?
No, nobody will notice.
That's smart. And earlier I got sushi soy sauce dripped on my scrubs, so we're matching. But I'm not scrubbing that off.
We're not scrubbing that off, no. We're not scrubbing off the scrubs. Cool. All right. So, 4:30 Eastern Time, Monday. I'm locking you down. I am going to give you a call tomorrow, morning, afternoon. What works best for you? Just to confirm.
It doesn't matter. Tomorrow I'll be
Doesn't matter. Cool.
Anytime.
I'll just call you and grab you for just a sec. I'll call you tomorrow to confirm, and we are set. Any questions for me?
No.
All right. Is Demand Force? Is this something you feel like the hospital needs?
Yeah, I do. I like it. I like a lot of it.
What parts do you like specifically? They're really kind of win in your mind.
I like how you guys reach out, do the scheduling and the confirming and the reminders. I like the thank yous, like thanks for coming, because I mean all of the stuff that you're doing, I kind of do already, just myself.
Oh wow.
And I also write, welcome to our business. I handwrite things, so I think that extra reach out is good, and I like that, people are going to be able to, write reviews. The only thing that I'm a little bit worried about is just client communication. A lot of people really like to talk to us. You heard how many times that somebody came in just looking for me specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I just want that control and still want those clients to need me or to need whomever or what. But I think it'll be great just to kind of to look into, and yeah, I like it. I like the idea.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And with the client communication, we never want to lose that personal touch. And what Demand Force is all about is really giving the client the opportunity to choose how they want to be communicated with.
Yeah.
That's what we want. So like, hey, if they want that call, if they want to bug Morgan every single day, they're going to do it. But if they prefer a text message because they're at work when we're calling them, hey, let's give them a text. Let's give them an email, right? That's what our focus is. Give them the option. What do you think the doc's going to like the most?
I'm not sure. Hold on. Hey, can we talk tomorrow?
Perfect. I'll give you a buzz tomorrow.
Okay, great. Thanks.
All right, thanks, Marty. Okay, bye-bye.